What's up guys, Curtis here and welcome to the next episode of the WAGERS series. It's taken me a little while to get it back for the next episode, but I've been a bit busy and I had a couple matches actually corrupt. I played one game against a subscriber and also like a friend, SCFC Robbo, but sadly his game, whenever I try and add it in Sony Vegas, it comes up that it's corrupt and that we can't use it. So we've got a game up against Max Plays FIFA and we have one up against a subscriber. So the first one up against Max Plays FIFA is a 30k one, the second one is a 15k one. So I've actually switched my team up a bit. I was bored with the team I was using before and now I've decided to put a 5 at the back team. I was just getting frustrated. I seem to be getting so much like E8s in all my games, so I decided to switch it up, and you would have seen the team right at the start of the video. If you haven't, go back and check the first like 4 seconds or so because I flashed it up there. But we go into the first game up against Max, and he has an interesting team. Not got the best chemistry. It's basically a Prem team with Walker on low formation and Nagatomo thrown in at left back. So a little bit confused as to why he went for that. Like the rest of the team is perfectly good though, with Tarap, Sessegnon, Van Persie, some great players in there. But didn't take us long to take the lead. 14 minutes in, we cut back with Nasri and managed to earn ourselves a penalty. That's one of the things I try and do a lot in the WAGERS, because sometimes you can't give yourself the best goal scoring opportunities. If you go out wide and then just cutting, more often than not you'll be able to earn yourself a penalty. But we do also see that come back to bite us in the back later on. But that was an absolutely shocking penalty. I was so far off the green, assumed it would go wide, but somehow we still managed to get it on target. And it took me a little while to try and break through again and get the next goal. As you can see here, 11 shots to 4, 9 on target to 4. Looked like we were the better of the two players, but when it's only 1-0, it's still very, very close and a lot could happen. But 65 minutes in, Royce managed to get himself through and bang in a lovely little goal there. Didn't really take much movement from him. He got the ball and just banged it in nice and easy. We did, however, mess up quite a bit later on. Played the ball straight to one of his players, who played it to Van Persie, to Tarap, who did a little bit of cheeky movement, and then a very nice little bit of play there, and eventually managed to get Van Persie through. Very, very nice goal indeed, and that was his equaliser. And that made it 2-1, but just on the edge of extra added time even, we ran through with Royce and finished it off, made it 3-1 and put the game to bed. And that was the end of that. That meant that we got ourselves the 30k that we wanted, and we moved on to the next game with a nice easy 3-1 win there. And yeah, we get our player bought, or manager bought even, and going to the next game against a subscriber called Beach HD. Now, this was such a frustrating game. You will hear more about it afterwards, what I think of the game, but yeah, I was quite annoyed at it. But he had a 3-5-2 team, which is still very, very good indeed. Quite a good combative one against 5 at the back, because there's so much going forward that they have to offer. But here, I was so frustrated. I didn't even tackle him, and he got the penalty. I didn't even push a button to try and make the tackle, but there was nothing else I could do with it, and it was just the start of all the trolling I had. I was going to go to the left as well, changed my mind right at the last second, stayed down the middle, but 29 minutes in, a nice little bit of pass and move here. Gotso eventually managed to get himself through and slid to dink it under the goalie. That made it 1-0, and then I think that was it for the first half. It was a very end-to-end first half. We played quite well, very, very close sort of stuff. We both had some good chances, but no one could really capitalise other than the one we had each. Now, after seeing his penalty, I thought I'd be getting a penalty for that. Nutmegged his player. His player didn't touch it and absolutely floored me, but shortly after that, it seemed that the E8s was going to be going back against me again. My goalie here can't even catch the ball, just taps it straight to his player. Now let me just load Twitter up. Beach actually did tweet me afterwards saying the game had a stupid amount of AIDS in against you, and he also said, cheers bud, I'll play you again sometime. Don't want to end that with the AIDS winning, because it was ridiculous. Like, and now you see here, I'd gone to attacking after the 2-0, and then he just scored 2 ridiculously easy goals. But the whole game, it seemed like balls were just dropping straight to his feet. He had the 2 lucky goals to start off with, until he got those 2 goals. It was a really, really good match, really close one, and yeah, because I then switched to attacking and given up, it kind of just went to poo. And it's nice when the opponent can see that you're getting trolled as well. So that did make me feel a little bit better, but of course, it doesn't change the fact that I was going to lose myself my 15k, sad face. But yeah, it did end up being 5-2 in the end to him. My goalie just don't really know what he was doing there, and he managed to win it 5-2. And as you see in a second, he stuck up a South Korean player, which we sent the 15k over to. And that is basically the end of this episode, guys. So thank you as always for watching. If you want a chance to get involved in these wagers, what you have to do is follow me on Twitter or check out my live streams. I will either tweet about them or mention them in live streams when I'm doing them. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.